Hello friends, welcome back. The Whole Story of the Doughnut by Pat Miller, illustrated by Vincent X. Kirsch. Look at those donuts. The Whole Story of the Doughnut. Phil remembered the master mariner, handsome Crockett Gregory. Thought he was bold and brave and bright. But the pastry he invented more than 166 years ago is eaten daily by doughnut lovers everywhere. This is his story. In 1844, handsome Gregory was just 13 when he went to sea. He left the family farm to become a cabin boy on the schooner Isaac Achorn out of Rocketport, Maine. Hanson quickly rose to cook's assistant, then was put to work high in the rigging. He ran up the ratlines barefoot, as high as 8 stories, to floor or release the sails. He could steer a ship over trackless waves by sun and stars. By 19, Hanson was captain of the cargo. Schooner, hardscrable, tall, with canvas stretched to the wind. In a few more years, Captain Gregory raised his cargo from Maine to California as commander of a clipper, the fastest ship on any ocean. On one voyage, he risked ship and crew to rescue 7 Spanish sailors from certain death in a frigid sea. When the news reached Spain, Queen Isabella II awarded Captain Gregory a medal for heroism. But what about the pastry?
The pastry?
For that, we have to go back to June 22, 1847. The crew of the Ivanhoe had worked up mighty appetites through the night. The sun was barely up as 16-year-old Hanson and the cook prepared breakfast. It would be the same coffee and fried cakes they served most mornings on the Ivanhoe. The cook tossed wood into the belly of the cast iron stove, heating the cauldron of lard. Hanson formed balls of sweetened dough. Both men stood on spread legs as the crumbled galley lurched with the ship. Pans clanged overhead. The aroma of browning sugar rose as the cook dropped in the first blobs of dough. The iron railing on the stovetop kept the pot in place as the Ivanhoe buckled and plunged. When the cakes were fried, Hanson dumped them out on the dining table. They were sweet and crispy, at least around the edge. Their raw centers, heavy with grease, made them drop like cannonballs in the stomach. Sailors called them sinkers. As Hanson shaped another batch, he was struck by an idea. He took the round lid of a pepper can and cut perfect holes in the center of each sinker. Then he tossed the ring into the bubbling lard. The cook had never seen such a downright fool thing. Neither had the sailors who showed up for breakfast, but that didn't keep them from taking a bite. The cakes were brown and sweet and fully cooked. Sign of the light rose above the noisy sea. A new breakfast tradition was born. Tasty, good, yum. Ah, another, please. I've had another. The teenager Hansel shared his invention with his mother. She cooked up large batches to sell in a friend's store and on the docks to hungry sailors. Ship's cooks now served holy cakes.
Holy cakes! Get your holy cakes here!
That's how Hansel's invention spread around the world and down the ears and right into your stomach. But sailors like their stories bold. Not satisfied with the pastry's humble origin, they spun legends worthy of such a delicious treat. One told how Captain Gregory wrestled the wheel as the sea became a monster. The first mate brought sinkers to keep up the captain's strength. Just as the captain grabbed the one, he wave crashed over his head. Captain Gregory spread that sinker on the wheels, spoke. He invented the doughnut while he saved the ship. Another legend tells how wild waves grabbed 5 sailors and pulled them overboard right after breakfast. With bellies full of oily pastry, they sank like stones. Captain Gregory shouted, "Never again!" He used a wooden belaying pin to punch holes in every cake, so they resembled the ship's life ring. No sailor has since been drowned by his breakfast.
Never again!
Interviewed in 1916 for the Patriot Ledger, Captain Gregory seemed amused at all the fuss over his invention 69 years before. He laughed as he teased the reporter that he had invented the first hole ever seen by mortal eyes.
The very first one?
When the reporter asked if he was pleased with his invention, Captain Gregory replied, "Well, sir, those doughnuts were the finest I ever tasted. No more indigestion, no more sinkers, just well done fried through doughnuts."
That's a good donut.
At 89, Captain Gregory died at the sailors' Snug Harbor, a home for the sailors near Quincy, Massachusetts. He was buried overlooking the sea, where stormy weather can be spotted as readily as it once was from the quarterdeck of the Hartscrabble.